Have you ever just sat and realized that you're not really the person that you thought you were? Like, not in a terrible way, but just you could be better. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I'm in a spot where I know, like, I'm not terrible. I know I have things that I need to do. You know what I mean? But there's always better. And there's always a way to be better. And lately, I've been going through a lot. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Me and my ex, we've been talking again, trying to figure things out. And it's been making me look at myself more than I ever have. And I'll say, like, in a really different light, bro. Just because of the simple fact that, like, you kind of gotta look at it from the outside in and see it from the other person's perspective. Like, I'm realizing that, you know, I have a lot to work on. And whether that may be, you know what I mean, me figuring out myself in a relationship, me doing the things that I need to do, but I just know that there's things that I need to work on for my mental health and for my personal life and for my relationship so I can maintain them, y'all. And I'm gonna be real. I haven't always been somebody who I have been proud of. I really haven't. Not because, like, I'm a bad person, but because I never did what I said I was going to do all the time. I was never really consistent with my word all the time. And I feel like, you know, as we go through life, and especially being a man, you have to be a person of your word. You have to keep your word. You have to have ownership when it comes to the things that you want. And I wasn't always emotionally mature. Sometimes I reacted instead of thinking. Sometimes I let my feelings control me. And that's just something that, like, you gotta work on over time. You gotta work on over time. Because, for example, like, even as kids, like, our parents would be like, oh, what you crying for? I'll really give you something to cry about. Just for examples. And, you know, we hold on to those as adults, for real. I mean, unconsciously. It's not like something that you're just going to be thinking about, but, like, every single time that you may be getting into an argument with your significant other, or you may get heated at something that somebody says, and you got to realize, you know what I'm saying, like, what are the steps that I'm taking to be better, and what are the steps that I'm taking away from myself to change that, you know? Just because every decision has a negative and positive effect. You feel me? It's either taking you towards something or it's taking you away from something. And you really just got to think about what you're taking away yourself from, what you're prohibiting yourself from, what you're not allowing yourself to do, feel, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's really important to understand, just because of the simple fact that either way, you're taking away from something in some aspect. And the thing is, stuff like that just doesn't affect you. It affects the people who care about you. It affects trust, it affects how people see you, and eventually it affects how you see yourself. And, like, I'm not gonna lie, you really have to be strong-minded and strong-willed within yourself, because all of these things that we go through on a day-to-day basis, the things that we encounter, the things that, you know, that make us feel different types of way, the things that make us lose control and make our feelings come over ourselves, really is just a simple part with setting into ourselves and realizing what our triggers are. What is that for me? What makes me act this way? You know what I'm saying? And it's very humbling. It's very humbling. Just because, I mean, hey, it's not all day or every day that you sit down and you genuinely evaluate yourself, you know? And especially as a growing person in this world, bro, that's just something that you got to do. You got to evaluate yourself. You got to see, you know what? How are my actions affecting other people? How am I moving? You know what I mean? Am I even benefiting myself? Am I doing the things that I need to do to benefit myself? And just really make sure that you're placing yourself in the best position. Just because, bro, you're really all you got. And I've been realizing something as well. Becoming a better person isn't just about saying, I'll change. It's about showing it consistently, even when it's inconvenient, even when nobody's watching. And I feel like that's probably one of the harder parts, bro. Being consistent even when nobody's watching. Doing the things that you need to do even when nobody's watching. Just because, I mean, hey, nobody's watching you. You know what I'm saying? You could take a little shortcut, you could slip up, but at the end of the day, you have to understand this for yourself. That's not fulfilling you. That's not taking you to a better place. That's not bringing you anywhere besides mediocrity, and that will show up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, like if you're at football practice and you got drills, you've been working on drills and whatnot, and you got a game coming up, and coach is telling you, hey, bro, this is a really important thing to know. This is really important. You cannot be mad when the day comes and you're struggling because you were just half-assing the shit. You wasn't really doing the shit. When it came down to the drill and you being at home, you wasn't doing the drill at home. You wasn't thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? And what you do in the dark will always come to light. For real. Because you can't say you'll change. You can't just say you'll work on things and that's just how it works. The world doesn't work like that. The world doesn't work based off what you say, right? You have to put some action behind that. It's not just, oh, what I say shall be so. Just because, I mean, shit, if that was the case, I want 3 mil, but I'm not gonna get 3 mil. I already know that. I gotta work for that, bro. It requires some action. It requires a push. And right now, I'm really focused on becoming somebody I can be proud of. Someone who can keep their word. Someone who can control their emotions. Someone who doesn't just have to talk about growth and actually lives it. And I feel like that's another important thing as well. Like, you have to actually put yourself in that mindset, in that spot that you want to be in. You can't simply just be like, yes, I want to change, I want to do better, and then not place yourself in that environment. And I understand, bro. That's hard. That's hard. Because it requires commitment. It requires effort. It requires you to, you know what I'm saying, push all that little bullshit aside and for you to continue to do what you need to do on a day-to-day basis. Right? And fulfill yourself. Because you gotta understand, man. It's so easy to just say words. Like, we do it every day. We do it every day. Shoot, having conversations, just saying stuff. And it gets to a certain point, you know what I'm saying, where you have to realize, like, are my words just empty? Or do I actually put action and oomph behind those words? And if you're in a place like that too, where you're trying to grow or fix things or just wanting to be better, just know it's not going to happen overnight. You're gonna mess up. I still mess up, but that doesn't mean you're not improving. And that's one of the bigger things as well. You're gonna have slip-ups. We're human at the end of the day. But as long as you know what the goal is and you're consistent with your goal, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. There's no really need to stress about anything just because of the simple fact that you got you. You got you. And I mean, hey, bro, it'll all be okay. Just because things happen. Things happen in our day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? While we're trying to become these people who we can look upon ourselves and be like, damn, I'm really like that. And genuinely be proud of yourself, it requires effort. You know what I'm saying? And effort is not, hey, bro, it's not alone. It also comes with struggle. So struggle is going to accompany that effort, but just understand that it's not alone. Understand that it's not just struggle. You know what I'm saying? Understand that, hey, bro, I may mess up, but those are the times that where it's more important to give yourself forgiveness and to understand. And at the end of the day, I think the goal is to wake up one day and actually respect who you are. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. And that's just something that you got to do, bro. Every single day. You got to work on it. You got to work on it. You got to work on it. And that's just something that we got to do as people. Especially if you have a goal. Especially if you have things that you want. You just got to work on it. Tirelessly. Tirelessly. You got to keep going. No matter what comes in your way. No matter what tries to stop you. No matter what it is. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Because you're striving for more. You're striving for greatness. You're not just letting yourself just be in a spot forever. And if you are, you need to look in the mirror and recognize the potential that you have as a person. But that's what's been on my mind tonight. Welcome to Nights After Dark, and I hope y'all have a good one.